Hello, and welcome to Lynn's Corner, where you get your motivational and inspirational tea. About a month ago, I made a couple videos about alignment, being in alignment, um, and I had a video where I talked about if you're not careful, and people don't talk about when you remove yourself from those people and things that are not in alignment with you, that there is a sense of, you can fall into a sense of loneliness if you're not careful. And I talked about that. I think that was the second alignment video that I talked about. Like, you'll have a lull in your life, you know. And so I'm doing this video today because I want to continue to talk about being in alignment, but I want to talk about the aspect of, once you have come into alignment with what is for you, once you have removed yourself from those things, people, places that are not in alignment with you, don't allow the loneliness, don't allow the nostalgia, and don't allow the memories to cause you to go back to those things, people, or places that are not in alignment with you. Don't allow those things to cause you to go back. There's a saying that they have, you can't heal, don't go back to, or you can't heal from something that hurt you, or from places that hurt you, or people that hurt you, something like that. That's pretty much the gist of it. But when you have removed yourself from things and people and places that are not in alignment with you, you need to stay gone. Don't toy with it, don't dabble one foot in, one foot out. Completely remove yourself from those things. You won't get to where you're trying to be. You won't get to your highest vibrational level. You won't get to your greatest good if you step back. If you look back, if you allow loneliness to cause you to go back. Because see, once you go back, you got to do that much work again, plus more. You're further behind than when you started when you go back. So I just wanted to talk to you about some things and some ways and some things to think about that'll keep you on the right track. It'll keep you focused. Because right now, when you're operating in alignment, you're in a transformative state. You're in an empowering state in your life. And so it always seems like just when you're at the point where you need to be, these thoughts creep up, these emotions creep up, these scenarios creep up, these opportunities creep up. But we need to be focused on why we have left certain things, people, places alone, why they were not in alignment. One thing you need to do is clarify your intention. You got to just remember, set a clear intention and just think about it. Where are you trying to go? What is the focus of your journey? What is the goal of your journey? Why did you move away from, not literally move away from, but why did you step away from those things that were not serving you? Always keep that in the forefront of your mind. Always keep that in the forefront of your mind. Why were those things not in alignment with you in the first place? The second thing you need to do, or that is going to be helpful, is to practice mindfulness. You got to stay in the present moment. When you find yourself wandering, your mind wandering, you're sitting idle, bring yourself back. Bring yourself back to what is going on right now, today. Because what's going on today is what counts. So you're not looking back, and you're not being anxious about the future either. You're being present in what's going on right now, present in every moment. You also want to release attachments, because a lot of times we may know something is not aligned with us, is not good for us, is not going to help us get to our greatest potential, but we are attached to it. So we got to release attachments. We need to learn how to have healthy detachments as well. We're not supposed to be attached to things like that to the point where we can't function. And detachment allows us to have healthy boundaries with situations and things. Okay, so release the attachments that you have. When you feel yourself slipping back, release those attachments. Practice letting go of those ties, those emotional ties that you have. All right? It's not going to be any kind of way that we can forget these people, things, or places. We're not trying to do that. We're just trying to release the emotional weight of it. Release that emotional weight. Because when you have that emotional weight like that, it's going to keep you anchored to that situation, places, things, or people. Visualize the path that you want to be on. Visualize where you're going. Visualize. I talk about visualizing a lot in my videos. I don't know if you picked up on that or not, but visualize your future self and what it is you see yourself doing. See yourself doing those things already. See yourself being that person already. See yourself in that job. See yourself in that relationship. Visualize where you are trying to be. Visualize yourself already being there. And then you want to do some affirmations. I think I have a couple of videos on affirmations. Do some affirmations. You can do affirmations every day. You can wake up in the morning. I know I have some affirmations on Post-it notes on my mirror in my bedroom. Put affirmations all around you, whatever you need to do. But do some affirmations, positive affirmations that reinforce your decision to move forward. It's reinforcing why you have decided that those things, people, or places were not in alignment with you and where you were trying to be. And then you're going to surround yourself with support. You definitely need support. We all need support. You have to have some like-minded people that you can call, that you can talk to when you feel yourself, kind of stuck in a rut, or constantly thinking, or constantly reflecting, or constantly reminiscing. Call somebody. We all should have a support system of at least one person, so that their encouragement and their positive energy can reinforce your determination to move forward. Practice gratitude. Be thankful for the lessons. Thankful for the lessons that you have learned from those situations or people or things or places that you have moved from. There were lessons, I'm sure, that needed to be learned, that were learned. Don't be bitter about it. Because when you sit in bitterness, sometimes you go back to those things so that you can be soothed. But we're not looking to be soothed. We're looking to see the lessons. Once you learn the lessons and you look at the lessons and you become grateful for the lessons, it allows you to move ahead without bitterness, without anger, without trying to get revenge. Because if you sit long enough and you reminisce long enough and you reflect long enough, you can kind of start getting angry and want to do some payback, especially in a situation where you feel like someone did something to you. That's not the spirit that you want to operate in and you want to move in. Something else that you want to make sure that you're doing is practicing self-care. And when I say self-care, I'm talking about self-care of your mind, body, and soul. A lot of people say, oh, I'm going to do self-care. I'm going to go get a massage. Well, that's nice, and that's for the body. And if your body's relaxed, your mind can be relaxed. But do some self-care of the mind, body, and soul, where you're affirming your own self-worth and reinforcing your commitment to yourself. That's when you start doing that mind and that soul work. That's the kind of self-care that I'm talking about. If you feel like you are having a hard time in the space of loneliness, you may want to set some new goals too. You might have to set some new goals to align with where you are at this point. Goals can always be readjusted, shifted, revised, always. But giving yourself some clear objectives of where you want to be, what you want to do. Once you have those objectives, it's going to be less likely that you're going to be drawn back into what was no longer aligned with you and for you. And the last thing that I want you all to do, to really, really do, and a lot of times we don't do that, is celebrate your progress. You are not where you were. You may not be where you want to be, but you are not where you were. And that's important, to celebrate yourself, to celebrate how far you've come. And maybe it was a habit that you had. Maybe it was a habit that you had. Maybe it was drinking. Maybe it was anything like that. Let's take drinking for an example. And maybe you used to drink a fifth a day, and maybe having a hard time, you're not completely free of the drinking, but you have maybe one drink a month. That's major progress. You're moving toward not drinking at all. That's just an example. Just an example. Don't take that for, literal. You also want to practice forgiveness. Forgive yourself. I know that people spend a lot of time talking about you need to forgive those who've done wrong to you. Forgive those who have hurt you. Forgive those people. Forgive them. Forgive them for you. You get a lot, Forgive this. Now you're not forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for you. That's fine and good. But the person that really needs to be forgiven the most is yourself. Forgive yourself for anything that you feel like you should not have been doing, saying, places you should not have been. Just forgive yourself. And a lot of times, once we really forgive ourselves, we can really, really, really move on the way we're supposed to be moving on. So just remember, it's normal to reflect on things, but you don't wallow in it. Don't sit and just start wishing that you were back there, wishing you were doing this, wishing you were in those places and things and dealing with those people who were not in alignment with you. It's okay to have moments of reflection. That's fine. That's normal. That's human. But acknowledge those moments and then guide your focus back to the path that aligns with your higher self. I hope this helps somebody today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave some comments below. See you soon.